everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while and I apologize. I'm probably going to put 2 videos up today. I don't know what order they're going to go up, but there will be 2. There'll be a Secret Santa video that I did, as well as this one. It's probably going to be a very quick podcast. Work has been insane. Trying to find time to film has been insane. Plus by the time I'm done work, I'm exhausted. So I really honestly haven't been on. I've been doing a couple shorts. Many of those are Christmas gifts. So those short videos with my finished objects, those blankets, are wrapped and ready to go. So I can't really show those. So, you know, if you want to take a look, just kind of go back and look at my short videos that I have over the last month or so, and you'll see those ones. So, sorry, the cat's chewing my cord. Yeah, so I hope everyone's been doing well. I've been trying to keep up with all of the Vlogmases and everything that are going around. I am watching. I may not comment just because there's so many. There's a lot this year, like a lot more than last year. It's really difficult to keep up. There's a couple I do keep up on. I keep up on Ginger Yarn Geek, Heather the Crochet Witch, even though she doesn't know me. I watch her stuff and I feel like we're like this. Probably not. She's probably like, wow, who's this weirdo? Oh, I'm joking. No, she's amazing. I love her stuff. She's just so down to earth, and honestly, I think if she was in the area, she would probably be somebody that would be probably a close friend. So yeah, those are the 2 that I'm doing right now. Christy from Christy's Crochet Creations, I think. I've been trying to catch all of hers. And then there's a few more. I honestly can't remember the names, but I do watch. I was debating doing that maybe next year, but with the amount of work that goes into it, I don't know if I'm going to. So yeah, you have to wait and see for next year. So this one here is really just going to be a couple things that I've bought, my finished objects, and my works in progress, just because I don't have a lot of time. So all right, so I think what I'm going to start with today is just what I finished. Obviously, like I said, I finished some blankets. Obviously, there was a couple hats that everyone would have seen. But I kind of want, and I did some dishcloths. Everyone's seen dishcloths. Nobody wants to see them, so I'm not going to show them. But what I did do is I was just happened to be scrolling through, you know, my subscriptions one day, or the community page, or whatever they call that, and a bag a day tutorial popped up called the Primrose Cowl. And I looked at it, I was like, oh, that looks pretty simple. And I have some worsted weight yarn that I would like to get rid of, and they're small enough cowls that, you know, they'll be quick and easy. So that's what I did. So this is the Primrose Cowl. It's a 2-row repeat. It's so easy. If I can find the tutorial, I'll link it below. It'll probably come up after the video is posted and all that stuff. But it's beautiful, and I used up some yarn. This was Sugarbush Yarns Shiver. I honestly think Sugarbush has gone out of business because of COVID. They sold it to Yarnspirations. They haven't put anything new out. Everywhere I see it, they're discounting it. They're getting rid of it. Nobody's stocking it anymore, so that's my guess, which is really sad. This is a wool and silk blend. It's so pretty. I had about 8 balls of this. I made some hats, and I made this cowl. This was 2 balls of it. So yeah, very pretty. Don't know who it's for. Just made it. All right, then I made another one. Same thing, Primrose Cowl. This one's a bit bigger because the yarn's different. I don't care what anyone says. You can't use any size yarn, size 4, with that needle size, because guess what? Every yarn is different. Just putting that out there. 4-weight yarn, 4-weight yarn. Same hook. Notice the difference? I do. Big difference. So I'm gonna say it again. Gauge, so important. Really wish it was on every tutorial, but it's really hard. And I'm really not a fan of when someone says, doesn't matter what yarn you use. Yeah, it does. If you want it exactly the same, it does. So, but anyway, rant over. It's big enough, it wraps around, it's beautiful. Same thing, Primrose Cowl. This is in Drops, Nepal. This is an alpaca wool blend. So it's definitely for somebody who needs to learn. You can really see the stitch in that, eh? Who can hand wash it and lay it flat to dry. But I mean, it's a cowl. It's not difficult to do that. So, but it's beautiful. It would be so warm. It might be scratchy for some, but again, not sure what I'll do with it. Keep it around for something. I'll figure it out. Okay, got a couple more just because I had some random balls. So this is another one. This is a Louisa Harding, I think it's Amatole Grande. I don't even know. I had them in my stash, needed to get rid of them. They're a $25 ball of worsted weight yarn, self-striping. It's not my favorite yarn in the world. Silk, wool. Yep, not bad. And then I had another one, so same idea, same cowl, same pattern. This one I actually like the striping that happened. You can see it a bit better there. I love those colors, very pretty. Same yarn, Amatole Grande. This one I don't like. Not that I don't like the pattern, I don't like the colors. It's not my thing, it's not my color. But I had the ball, I wanted to use it. Like I said, it's a $25 ball of yarn. It's a silk and wool blend. I have a feeling I'm going to send this to somebody on YouTube who, again, doesn't know me, but this is her colors. So you might be getting that in the mail. Watch for it. So yeah, it's pretty. It's soft. I mean, it's a roving. I mean, this is just not my color scheme. Not at all. No, don't like it. So yeah, but I love the pattern. I love the stitch. It's very easy. I whipped these up in like a night, maybe two. Didn't take very long. So, okay. Those are the only finished objects I have right now. I think what I'll do is I'll show my WIPS last, just because I'm so proud of my WIPS. I love them, especially the one that I want to show, because it's absolutely beautiful and it's my favorite thing in the entire world to make. But I only make it when there's very special babies, and they have to be girl babies, because it's not really a boy blanket. So I'd make it for a boy too, but it just doesn't. It's a girl blanket. You'll see when you see it. Okay, so I'm gonna go into just acquisitions. I honestly didn't buy that much. There is another thing that I did buy, but it's white and it's in the same color as this, like same brand as this blanket. So I'll just tell you what it is that I bought. But one of my local yarn stores here called Yarn It, in a place called Coburg, which is east, which is that way. She was having a sale, so I went in, and you know, because I like to support her. I like to support, you know, my other local wool store, which is the Wool Queen here. I can't buy too much. This stuff was literally all on sale, like a steal, so you know, I had to get it. But what I was able to do is I picked up 3 of these Barocco, I don't know if you can see it, Barocco Brielle. And what it is it's 50% cotton, 17% polyester, 16% acrylic, 10% wool, 7% alpaca. They just should have called it everything under the kitchen sink, like seriously. Anyway, it's so pretty. But do you see? It's got a halo, and it looks like it's chain spun. So the cotton is the white, and the gold that's in there, I'm assuming, is probably the acrylic or the polyester. Right, and then the alpaca is obviously the fuzz, but it's so pretty. So she didn't have much left, so I got one. I think it's $3. I think it was $3 for this. And then I got a black one, and then I got this beautiful like beige one, and I figured they would look good together in like a cowl or something. Because there's only 126 yards, and it's a worsted weight, so you would probably need two to make something. So I was thinking either like a 3-color hat, who knows, might not even get made till next year, but yeah, so that's one thing I bought. I thought it was a good deal, so I purchased those. The other thing I got from her store that day, there's 10 of each of these, but I didn't pull out all 10, I just brought one of each. And this is sad, because this is one of my favorite yarns of all time, and they're totally discontinuing it. It's so sad. So sad. Anyway, it's Barocco Katina. That's not the price I paid. I paid $6 a ball. This is 94% extra fine merino and 6% nylon. It's so beautiful. It's a bulky number 5. This is in a beautiful turquoise color. That's just a color number. It's discontinued, so you can't get it anymore, but it's just this beautiful turquoise. It's turquoise teal. It's so pretty. So I have 10 of those. I figured that was a great deal, and it's just so nice. I love it. And then the other color she had enough of for sweater quantity, because that's me, was the same thing, Katina, I should say. And it's just in this beautiful like beigey. It's gonna blow it out. There, is that better? Almost the color of my sweater. There. Yeah, so it's this beautiful beigey, color. So I've got 10 of those as well, so those will make some nice sweaters. When I'm not going to take this out of the bag either, but it's so soft. It's beautiful stuff. When Knitpicks had their sale on that they had, the only thing that caught my eye was this that was 60% off, because I wasn't spending, because by the time you add the exchange and then the shipping and then the exchange on the shipping, it's not a good deal for in Canada. So this was 60% off. This is the Snuggle Puff. It's a bulky, I think it's a bulky 5, or it could be a 4. No, it's a 4. It's 70% cotton, 30% nylon. It's so soft. I love the color. That pink is totally me. So I'll make a sweater out of that, because again, sweater quantities. But if you've ever felt this stuff, it's so nice. But it was 60% off. I think this cost me $30 American? Yeah. Yeah, so it's a good deal, I thought, anyway. So that's what I got there. And then somehow I randomly placed an Ice Yarns order, and I don't make big orders. I'm the type of person that I don't just buy a whole bunch just because it's in the clearance. If I don't know I'm gonna like it, I don't buy it. This actually wasn't bad. The shipping was only $10.99 or $11 Canadian to send me 16 balls of yarn, and when you do the math, it works out. So this wasn't too bad for me. So I don't mind that, because it's still cheaper than buying it here. So this is what it is for those who want to see the number. Okay, I have to open this one, but I got 2 of the same, so there's 8 balls of this. It's not what I thought it was, but again, that's what you get when you order from Ice Yarns. You never know. So this is Soft Air Tweed. This is 88% acrylic, 8% polyamide, and 4% viscose. It's a bulky number 5. 50 grams, 115 meters, give or take 5%, it says. Which everyone seems to forget. Not every yarn ball is exactly what they say. Anyway, this is kind of what it is. Again, not what I expected it to be. It's very fluffy. I don't know really what I'm going to make with it. There's enough in there to make, you know, a sweater. It's really soft. Don't get me wrong. It's like really, really soft. But again, not what I expected. But again, that's typically what happens with me and Ice Yarns. What I think it is not what I get. So I don't buy from there very often. So there are 8 balls of that color. And then I got, sorry for the crinkling. And then I'm not going to open this one, but then I got that one. Can you see? And same thing. It's tweed. It's gonna, there you go. Oh, maybe? Yeah. It's a cream with a tweed in it. I thought it was pretty. Again, it's not what I wanted, but I can figure out something to make with that at some point in time. Or if Jaden might want it, maybe she can have it. So I don't know if it's going to be enough to make a sweater for her, but we'll see. But anyway, yeah. So that's what I got from Ice Yarns, my nice big package. I think that cost me $49 Canadian. Like, when you do the math and you separate per ball, like that's nothing. So, doesn't bother me. All right, and then the last acquisition that I got was this. And the reason I got this is because, I'm going to show this. I don't know, hopefully you can see it. I have this sweater on my bucket list. It's called the Zweig sweater by Caitlyn Hunter. It's really hard to see. But in this middle section with the light color, it's a lace and it has some color work, not very much. And then in this bottom section way down here, where it's all the one color, it's it has like a texture. So there, that might show you the, that's not going to show you the lace at all. Unfortunately, it's going to blow it out, and I don't think I have a better, oh, this one might be better. Here, try this one. Ooh, that's really large. Okay, oh yeah, there you go. Can you see that lace? Oh, there we go. So there's like a color work band at the top, and then there's the color work, and then there's those long stripes, and then there's the detail work. So that's the sweater that's been on my bucket list. Not that I can't do it. I can totally do it. That's not my reasoning for not doing it. The reasoning for not doing it is because it's in a fingering weight yarn. And I don't typically have sweater quantities of fingering weight yarn, and it's a hand-dyed yarn. So until I was able to get that yarn, yeah, I wasn't able to make it. So, you know, that being said, we were out on the weekend. We went to Village Lane Yarns. It's a cafe and a yarn store in, they call it Ajax, Ontario, but it's really Pickering, Ontario, in Pickering Village. But they had a trunk show from a dyer here in Canada called Feisty Fibers. So I picked up the swanky 115 Wild Child base. They all said the same name on them, so I mean, I don't have a color. But it's like this beautiful gray, purplish undertone color. Isn't that pretty? Like, I think it's just absolutely beautiful. So this is 100% superwash merino, 115 grams, 420 yards, obviously hand dye, all that fun stuff, dyed in Toronto, made in Canada. Yeah. So I got 3 of those for like the main body of the sweater, and then the contrasting color is this. Isn't this fun? I think it's gonna look beautiful together. So when you put them together, isn't that beautiful because of the purple undertone? So yeah, game thing. Swanky 115 Wild Child. There's no name, like there's no name of the color, so I don't know what to tell you what it is, but it's so pretty. It's so beautiful. So pretty. Anyway. So that's really the purchase I made. These are also on sale. Typically these run $35 a piece. They were on, I think, for $30. Still not ideal, but whatever. It's pretty. All right, put those over there. So that's for the Zweig sweater. So that's really all I have for acquisitions. I haven't really bought very much. I've been very much using from my stash to get rid of a lot of items that I have. So there's not a lot that I've bought. I did post a video of the Beatrix by Juniper Moon. Very bougie yarn. Again, it's a $26 because $25.99 is really $26. It's $26 ball of yarn, and the store had it on for $15 per ball. So it was a big purchase. I bought 10 for a sweater. It's the most beautiful yarn I've ever seen. It's it's merino wool with Angora goat. It's just beautiful. I made the mistake of doing a crocheted shawl out of that last year. Yeah, let's just say it's a very expensive shawl that I've never yet worn and afraid to wear it because of how much money it is. So we'll just leave it at that. Anyway, one day I'll wear it, one day. Okay, that leaves me into my WIPS. So I'm going to show you that one after. But what I want to show you is so this was the test knit that I did. And, you know, unfortunately, my wrist was starting to bother me, so I was doing a lot of like crochet work. So when I went back to knitting, my wrist was hurting. So I wasn't working on it. Well, I've now gone back to it, but I'll show you what the pattern looks like first. So this is called the Arborescent sweater. She's a Canadian designer. This is in a DK weight, and it's beautiful. It's got lace work at the top. I'm sorry if you can't really see that all that great, but it's got lace work at the top. When I saw it, I knew I had to make it, and then I hurt my wrist. So this is probably going to blow out. So let me, I'm just going to move the light. You guys can still see me somewhat. Okay. Oh, now I got all that stuff back over there. We don't want that. Okay. So I'm hoping you're gonna be able to see this okay. I did it in Sugar Bush Crisp, and it's in the color Provincial Peach, and it's so beautiful. So I've got the body done. When you block this out, it will, and I've started the sleeve, as you can tell. When you block it out, this will come down a lot farther. See the lace will come out. You can see a little bit of the lace there. Isn't that pretty? Here, there. Oh, there you go. You can see it. So that's the lace work. It's a beautiful yoke. I love it. It's really heavy. This merino is very heavy. And then obviously there's the sleeve work I got going on with my double points. And there's the bottom. Beautiful long ribbing. I don't think I'm gonna go as long on the sleeve. I think I might just cut it off, but I haven't decided yet. But they're in these little donuts. They're really tiny. This sweater will probably use 12 or 13 balls, 50-gram balls, 95 yards in each ball. Not the best, but it's made in Italy, and like I said before, I think Sugar Bush is going under, so if you can get it, get it. If you can't, I have tons of it because I love it so much. But yeah, so that's the first WIP, called the Arborescent sweater. The designer is Gabrielle Knits. I'll try to link her down below once this uploads and does all that fun jazz. I'll put her link down there so that you can go and purchase the pattern. It is a paid-for pattern, and it is knit, if I didn't say that before. It's a knit pattern, okay? So that was that one. Now into my most exciting thing. So there was a girl who I worked with at work. Her name was Alexa, and you know, with COVID and everything, we haven't really been able to see each other, right? Because we're working from home pretty much, you know, remote, like 100% of the time. I think there's been a couple times that I've gone into the office, but not very much. I think twice I've been into the office in Toronto. So we never get to see each other. Well, during the pandemic, she got married, and then out of the blue, she messaged me and she's like, hey, you know, can you do a commission for me? And I was like, well, I don't really do commission, right? And just because the amount of time and effort and everything in a commission, unfortunately, sometimes I'm not done quick enough, or I'm not going to get the money. And not that saying she didn't have the money, because that wasn't the intent at all. She does. But then when she told me what it was for, I was like, you're not buying it. I said, I want to make it. So she ended up telling me she's having a baby, which is awesome. And it's a baby girl. So I have this one blanket that I make like whenever there's a girl baby. And I'd said it before, and it's because, you know, this particular blanket to me, it just screams baby girl, right? Even though everyone tells me no, it doesn't. It's for a girl or a boy, but yeah, I think it's for a baby girl. But anyway, so the blanket itself is called the Estonian Princess Baby Blanket by Sammy Kaplan. She's at Fabu Knits. Oh, you're not going to be able to see it. I don't want to blow it out, but that's the blanket. You'll see it better when you're not going to see it because it's pink. The pattern itself is pink, so yeah, you're not going to see it. But this is what I decided to make it in. It's called James C. Brett Baby Twinkle DK, and it is my all-time favorite baby yarn. This is in a light a light gray shade, and it's hard to see it, but it has like, oh, there you go. It has an iridescent holographic shimmer going through it. It goes from looks like green, light green, to pink to purple at times. But that's what I use. This has 328 yards per ball. You need 4 balls to make this. For this, I had to go up half a size. But this is the blanket. Again, trying to get the lighting so that you guys can see it without it being ridiculous and blowing it out. So this is where I am. It has beautiful baubles. There, you can see some of the shiver. So it's lace and baubles. So it has its own knit-in border. When I block it, you'll see it better. But it has a border that it's knit in at the same time. So it's a different chart. Ooh, almost lost it all. No, stay on the needle. So, oh, there we go. So you can see how it kind of, it goes up and it goes down. All the way up and down. So you do that one separate, and then you have the actual pattern itself. It's really hard to do this with only one person. I'm trying to keep it so that it stays on the needles. Here, let me use it like a bib without getting red lipstick on it. Okay, so there you go. Oh, you can see it. It's got like the 4 baubles in the middle. I'm just over halfway because I have to do 10 repeats. I'm on repeat number 6 right now, and I'm almost done repeat number 6. But that's the beautiful blanket. It has a border on the bottom. A little closer so you guys can see the detail. Yeah, this blanket typically takes about, and I'm pretty quick, but I did the baubles the way the pattern says to this time. Whereas before I always did a mock bauble because because the way it works is you knit in, yarn over, knit in, yarn over 4 times, 3 or 4 times. And then on the next row, you purl all 7 of those together. And if you're not loose enough, it's too tight and you can't do it. So I would do like a mock bauble, right? Where I'd pull each strand over before I finished the row. And then on the next row, I would just purl. But this time around, I did it the way the pattern says, made it loose. And it's going so much quicker. Like, where was I before? Because it was the second one I ever made, I tracked how many hours it took me to do it. It was a 75-hour blanket. 75 hours to make it. And, you know, I was asked to make many of these and sell them. And I was like, you can't afford it. You can't, because the yarn is $10 a ball. So that's $40, right? And you're supposed to double your yarn, right? So that's 80. And then you half it. But 75 hours worth of work is not worth $120 in my opinion. Like, this is worth way more than that, and it's beautiful. So I don't commission myself. Moral of the story. If you want it, fine, I have no problem, but you're going to be paying what this blanket is worth. And I don't use technically the cheaper yarn. To me, it looks beautiful in this iridescent color. It's so pretty. The first one I made was pink. The second one I made was pink, and then I made a light purple one, and now I've made this light gray one. But yeah, so it's almost done, so I'm excited to give that to her. She does know it's coming. She doesn't know the color, and if she watches this, she's probably going to see how far I am on it. But yeah, I'm excited to make that. And, you know, like I said, I enjoy making that a lot. It's probably one of my favorite knit blankets to make. It's just there's so much work involved, and you have to be very knit worthy for me to make that blanket for you, because there is so much work involved, and it's so time consuming. It's legit a labor of love. And, you know, I don't knit blankets like Afghans. I just don't do it. I will crochet an Afghan from here till tomorrow to the rest of my life. I will never knit a blanket. Never, ever, ever. They take way too much time. No, not gonna happen. So I don't knit anything but baby blankets. So, and I never do a straight garter stitch blanket. So if you're starting to learn how to knit and you're trying to make a garter stitch blanket, you are gonna get so bored, you're just gonna wanna give up. So my suggestion, if you're just starting to learn, is pick a blanket that you want to make with some difficult stitches and learn the stitches as you go, right? And, you know, you're gonna make some mistakes. You know, there's going to be a yarn over that you miss that you're going to have to fudge on the next round. But there's nothing that hurts me more when I see people making baby blankets and they do them all in garter stitch and they never finish them. Poor Jennifer from Cinnamon Stitches, she's making that garter stitch baby blanket, and I'm like, when she first started, I was like, oh my God, you're totally not going to finish it. And sure enough, she posted that she's having a hard time finishing it, and that's why. It's so tedious, it's so boring, and it's just like that. There's nothing to keep you energized, nothing. And it's all in one color now she's working on. So yeah, I mean, that blanket, that's probably, the one I'm making is probably an intermediate, but if you know a yarn over and you knit 2 togethers and your SSK, so you slip one, slip another one, and then you knit them together, you can totally do this. Like, honestly, it may take you a little bit of time, but you can totally do it. Anyway, with that, that's kind of all where I am right now. I want to wish, you know, everyone a Merry Christmas, and I hope that, you know, they're blessed and they have a wonderful Christmas time with friends and family, and, you know, everyone is, you know, staying safe and healthy, and there's no issues over this holiday season. And, you know, for everybody on YouTube, all my friends, my yarn community, I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year. And if I don't come back on before the New Year, we'll see you on the fly in the New Year. Take care, everyone. Thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you want. Not obligated to. Like I said, I only ever do this for fun. If you don't like me, you can even dislike me. That's fine. All right. Bye, everyone. Take care. Have a great day. Bye now.